Hey Google, play music.
Playing on Pandora. Cause we didn't got closer now that you ain't with me. Oh, baby, ain't the way we don't forget that. In your family, love me like a family. You know where you stand with me. So when they ask, tell them, right one, right time, can't stand, it's right. But you always been a real one, even though we ain't together. It was real love, and baby, it's still love. I hate that we make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. But that don't mean that I can't wish you better. Yeah, good, but we still good. I realize that I can't be your lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We good, but we still good. All the plans you made for me to be honest. All the things that you just said to me ain't thinking I'm so forgotten. But we're happier apart than lost in love. No song with me, I promise, but don't do drama. It didn't work, but I hope you find another. I wish you peace, I wish you good luck in the sleep. Find a girl of your dreams. 'Cause I was like, well, at night, no one is able to be. Long time, long time. All the things come to an end. So let's just learn a lesson and my love it again. I hate when you make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. But that don't mean that I can wish you better. We ain't good, but we still good. I realize that I can't be your lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but we still good. No matter who you with, I wanna see you happy. Yeah. It didn't work out, but that don't mean you should attack me. We enjoyed a five-star meal, but you was with me for disaster. Holding me down from the start. I used to be broke, I was at you. I had me then tied and out the shit, that's how life goes. You always just say that I might blow. Got rich and I pay for your life, oh. I know what person you is, that's why I still wanna be friends. If you wanna open up a new salon, I still help pay for the wigs. And I help with the lease. You know I ain't never been cheap. Relationships don't always last, so let's not turn it to beef. I'll come through from time to time and have you grab them cheeks. That's if you want to, I'm just playing, girl, stop smacking your teeth. I hate to see you make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. But that don't mean that I can't wish you better. Good, but we still good. I realize that I can be your lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but we still good.
Okay, so um I mentioned in my last video about a prescription about my hands because my hands are really bad. See, now is my skin is peeling, like my hands are really bad. And this has been going on. I think it's been going on for about, I would say, a year now. It's been almost a year, and my hands have not gotten any better, and I really don't understand what it is. So my first thought was, my first thought was it wasn't eczema because me and my kids suffer from a skin condition, and it's called eczema. So I went out and I got this when I said that I didn't know if they were going to fill my prescription the first day. So I went and got some eczema cream just to see because he did recommend he didn't recommend this, but he the one put it in my head thinking that, maybe it was eczema. Ammonium lactate. And I used to use lactate acid type products before, and they work really good on my skin. Like I used to have some face cream and it had lactic in it. When I was younger and I had pimples on my face, I had this product with lactate and it took away my pimples. So maybe that's what this prescription kind of is, you know. So that's this. That's what I'm using for my prescription for my skin. And I don't want to put it on because, as I just showed, my hand is really, really bad. Like it hurts so bad. So I usually put this on first. Like when it's bad like this, I normally actually when it's bad like this, I don't use any of this products. I just go ahead and put on some lotion, some coke, cocoa butter. So I will apply this. If it like at this point, I apply this first. If this starts irritating my skin, I will go straight to this. And I will put this on. And then once I feel like my skin is getting better, then I would go ahead and apply the prescription. But I really don't even make it to that, honestly, because my skin has been really in pain. Like, I really don't want to do anything when it's like this. It stops me from cleaning. It stops me from everything, like to do with my hands. Um, and I really be needing to clean. So, especially my dishes, like I be needing to do my dishes, and so if my skin get like this, I can't even do that. So, but I try. Like I said, I go ahead and do it anyway because it needs done, and that just irritates my skin even more. Go ahead and put this on. I be feeling like a kid. I feel like I want to cry so bad because it hurts so bad. But it's like, um, he said eventually I would have to go see a orthodontist. I think. For my condition. I have to go see some. Get it professionally. Get it professionally. I have to go see somebody about it. Hold on. Excuse me. A dermatologist. I'll have to go see a dermatologist. I'm like, hold on. And I just say orthodontist because I'm like, that sounds like somebody that do teeth. So yeah, I meant a dermatologist. I would have to go see a freaking dermatologist. So, So that's that. This can be used for a lot of purposes. I specifically got this one because it does treat dry skin, and that was the one thing I I went for. That is it treats pain relief from swelling and arthritis. It improves muscle relaxation and stiffness. So, like, if you want to massage, you can definitely use this for that purpose. Sunscreen, due to its rich content of vitamin E and F. So, you can definitely use it for your face. Treats dark spots, skin discoloration, stretch marks, wrinkles, and blemishes. I don't know about that. I mean, I have freckles. That's what's on this side. I got freckles all right here. These are freckles on my face. So I have freckles. I, I really think that's just, freckles are genetic. So it's like can't treat that. But blemishes, let me see. Any blemishes? I really don't have any blemishes on my skin. Yeah, a lot of people in my family got freckles, you know. Mostly on my mom's side of my family, we all got freckles. I'm the only one who has actually freckles on one side of my face. They used to always talk about me, my family. Like, you got freckles on one side of your face, and then this side you don't have freckles. I have freckles on one side of my face. A lot of my family they got freckles under here, under their eyes. They have freckles, and on their body they have freckles. But I'm the only one who has freckles on one side of my face. One side of my face. That's actually one of the things that I was really, really insecure about as a little girl. I hated my freckles because I felt so different from all the kids in school. I felt like they always talked about me because of my freckles on one side of my face, and it made me feel some type of way. I felt like I would never be treated the same. I would never be treated the same as any other, little girl or any girl that gets attention. I always felt like this was um, I felt like my freckles were um, let me see. My freckles was like, it was like I can't even think. I can't even think of what I just lost my train of thought. Um, they were, I don't know. I don't know. I just lost. I feel like my mind just went like, it just went away, you know. But that was definitely a insecurity of mine. A lot of girls get talked about their hair, they get talked about this, they get talked about that. The only thing that I got talked about as a little girl, they always talked about my freckles. So I was always sad. And then in school, it was eczema too. Like in school when I was younger, I would have eczema all right here, eczema right here. So not only did I have to worry about my freckles, I had to cover my arms. I always wore long sleeves because of that. And I wore turtlenecks. That's how insecure I was. Like, I wore long sleeves and I wore turtlenecks. Then, you know, that never like I mean, in high school, I started feeling a little bit, all right about myself, not to the point where I was completely confident. I was never really confident. I didn't become confident until I was introduced to makeup. Like one of my teachers, I was in this ECE program. I think that's what it's called. It was education ECE. I forget what it freaking stand for, but it was a program where I took care of kids, and we had. I know the C stand for curriculum, but we was in we I was in we was taking care of the kids like the kids would that we was a daycare program for our school, so we had kids coming into our classroom, and we would do lesson plans, and they would basically teach us of how to feel of um how that feel would be if you want to go and be a teacher. Okay, because just because we started as, taking care of these little kids, it formed into, now you make a path from there. So as soon as I got out of high school, that's where I went straight into daycare, and I did it for about 3 years straight oh no, 4 years straight after high school. So I was a daycare teacher coming out of high school, and I stayed at that daycare until I'm getting sidetracked right now, and I know I am. But um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that. Okay, so until I had my first baby, and that made me really, really self-conscious. And they broke out with um and all the kids had it, and I was just like, I was so scared. I'm like, I gotta take my baby home. Like, she can't be in this. No. No, actually, I don't think my baby was there yet. I hadn't enrolled her yet. Was she there? She might have been. No, she was at home. Yeah, she was at home, but to I didn't want to take that back home to her. So I was really scared. Like, you would have thought I had OCD the way I was freaking acting. I'm like, I gotta go home. I was seeing all of this, and we was the only ones. Like, it was only limited, so a lot of people wasn't there. A lot of kids had a choice of coming in. Like, a lot of teachers had a choice of coming in. I'm like, but I'm the one obligated to be here in this condition, and my daughter is at home, and I can take this home to her. No, 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 no. I gotta go. So they told me I couldn't leave. I don't know why, but they told me I couldn't leave, and I wound up walking out, and that's the day I got terminated as a teacher because I was really, really scared. Like, you can't fault me for being so scared. I was scared. I was like, I ain't never seen this before. I was scared. I didn't, not for myself, because like if I didn't have a kid, I wouldn't really think too much about it. I would still been there because, it is what it is. But I have my daughter, and I'm like, I'm not taking this home to my daughter. My daughter can catch this. No. And I was I was like, I'm not doing it. No. So I wound up walking off, and I'm like, they was like, yeah. Well, I didn't know I was terminated until like the next day, of course. When I came back in, they said you walked off and you got terminated. I explained myself, of course, and I left. I mean, I got fired that day. It was my first time getting fired too. See, my skin is irritating me again now. I just put that on, and now I feel like my skin is like burning. Not burning, but it's like really irritated. It's itchy. I tried everything. Then it doesn't nothing work. I actually stopped smoking too. I stopped smoking. I stopped doing anything that will bother my skin or irritate my skin. I stopped doing everything, and that still didn't work. I'm like, so what the heck is it? And it stresses me out. It stresses me out for real because I don't understand what's what's bothering my skin like this. And I have allergies. I'm allergic to animals. I'm allergic to animals, dogs specifically. So I'm allergic to him. So we don't have any animals. And so we don't, yeah. Just because of that reason, my son it has allergies too. But oh, okay, so I'm gonna go back to before the daycare. So I was in that program. I love that program so much. Like it's like it took you away from everything that was going on in school and brought you to another level where you now I'm mature. Let me see. Oh, my instructor was selling Avon. So she brought these Avon books into school. And I wasn't really into makeup, so I would just look at it here and there. And then I don't know what got into me one day where I just went in there and it actually, you know, actually started paying attention to that makeup. And I think it was because I wanted cover up. So I was looking at this stuff and I started seeing the bronze. I started seeing the bronze, the shimmer, like stuff that'll make your skin glow. It wasn't really like foundation, that type of makeup. It was more of skin care, like to enhance your glow. So it was these creams and stuff like that. It wasn't like lipstick or nothing, but it was these creams and stuff like that. And she um like I was like, wow, this makeup is so pretty. And I started wearing makeup. And next thing you know, I'm coming to school feeling confident. I'm feeling like the other girls. I'm feeling real good. I started getting attention that I hadn't got because of my skin, and how, well, I guess a lot of, well, I got attention, from guys and stuff. I guess they seen past that and like they didn't even see this. So, um, that I guess that's but what led me to that was the females. They made me feel that type of way. They made me feel, less worthy because their skin was like this and their hair was like this. I wore my braids and stuff, so my hair really didn't bother me. As long as I had my braids, I was good. I felt good. I was confident about myself to a certain extent, you know. Those little things did bother me though. I was I couldn't even focus on my work. I couldn't focus on my school work. In middle school that's when my grades was really, really bad because of these little things. Like you know, I was really insecure about myself, and this is what caused a lot of my focus was I it was like undivided attention because I was paying attention to all this about myself that I couldn't really focus on my grades or really pay attention to yeah, couldn't really pay attention. So these are the little things that I feel like we went through a lot as kids up to this point, and these things is what we had to go through. So, like when you yelling at your kids about their grades and stuff, just keep this in mind. Think about this. You know, they going through it too. We think we going through it, but they're going through it too. You got to put yourself back into your child's shoes before you go and start yelling at them about their grades and what they should be doing. Because just remember when you was that age, what did you go through? You know, why didn't you um what caused your grades to drop? Pay attention to, pay attention to your child. Help them get through what's bothering them at home personally, make them feel good about themselves, and then when they go to school, because they're facing this battle. When they go to school, they can focus on what they have to do. When they feel confident about themselves, and when they feel confident inside, that's when they will start feeling confident about their grades and what they need to do in school. So I went ahead and applied that stuff, and it just made my hair curly. So I applied it. Um, that was the first thing that I put on. So I put that on, and it just made it curly. So I guess if I just keep adding, just keep putting it on there, it just stay with curls. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some of this on there, and then that'll be my hairstyle, you know. Cause so I do like it, cause like I said, it just put curls, made my hair curly. Well, it made the curls stay, cause usually I get out the shower and it's curly, but the curls don't last. So it actually made the curls stay. I had my makeup on. I was looking so pretty on makeup earlier, but it got washed off. A little bit is still on. Well, no, it's not. Yeah, it all got washed off. Um, so yeah, that's how it is. And there we go. Voila. So yeah, I use that spray. I just spray it on there. That's all I do. Well, that's all I did this time. I actually would like what I did when I first got it. I was experimenting and it was actually looking good with everything. But um, yeah. So I just wanted to show y'all that, and I like it. You should definitely try it out. Little curls.